You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for Dangerous Animals. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Dangerous Animals is a 2025 horror film directed by Sean Byrne, starring Jai Courtney. Dangerous Animals follows a rebellious surfer who is kidnapped by a shark-obsessed serial killer who must figure out a way to escape as time ticks away before she is involved in a ritualistic feeding to the sharks below. In addition to Jai Courtney, the film also stars Hassie Harrison and Josh Houston. So Dangerous Animals was the May 26th mystery movie from Regal. And it was labeled as a horror film, and I couldn't think of any other horror film this could possibly be, so I kind of was thinking and secretly really hoping it turned out to be Dangerous Animals. I love a good shark movie. I love a good creature feature. And as a horror fan, just give me any horror as the mystery movie, and I'm gonna be excited. And overall, I think Dangerous Animals is a solid creature feature. Kind of, maybe, sorta. That is far from perfect, but certainly serves up some tasty bites. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, for me, the biggest positive is the performances. Across the board, I think everyone is fantastic, but it all relies on a completely, deliciously unhinged Jai Courtney in this film, who is so much fun. I can't remember the last time I've seen Jai Courtney just lay into a role like this, but I'm so happy he escaped the serious leading man Hollywood wanted him to be so that he can give us performances like this. Additionally, I think Hassie Harrison as our main girl is fantastic. She brings Zypher to life with such realistic grit and turns her into a final girl archetype you really are cheering to survive this thing. And this movie is pretty brutal. I was not quite expecting the amount of blood and guts and brutality we actually get here, but they do not shy away from that. And I actually really enjoyed the role the sharks play in this film. I think they are given a lot of character, actually, a lot more than you would have expected. And I thought their portrayal was really well handled and not just your stereotypical scary shark in a movie type of thing. But I will say, I think this film works best when it is really leaning into the absurdity of it all. When it's just going with the madness, letting Jai Courtney be unhinged, letting our final girl really just unleash and fight for her own life. When it's unhinged, it's at its finest. But that will go ahead and lead me into my negatives when it comes to Dangerous Animals, because I think the tone is a little bit too inconsistent. So while it presents really well as a slightly campy, over the top thriller, really it's a mashup of genres. And that's really cool, actually. It's not just a straight up creature feature. As I kind of alluded to earlier, it's kind of a thriller, it's kind of a slasher. It's all of these horror subgenres mashed into one. And when it leans into the madness of that, that's when it's fun. However, Dangerous Animals has a real mean streak that I found to be a bit uncomfortable. I know it's a horror movie about serial killers and sharks and the whole bit. However, with this campy overtone that's happening throughout, there is this really insidious through line that made me a bit uncomfortable, and I wish we would have at least backed off of that a touch. Even with our final girl, there's a real mean streak they have with her, with every character in this film that didn't work for me. Plus, we also have this spirituality that is brought into the film. Now, I think if they had just chosen to either just go for it and be mean and nasty with your characters really uncomfortable, but have that spirituality to offset it, or be campy, but have this spirituality that grounds it back. I think either of those combinations would have worked better than the trio itself. Plus, I think some of the dialogue and script is not the best. Again, leaning into that campiness, but then they reel it back to this more serious film at times. It doesn't work so well. And that's when they shine a bright light on the weaknesses in the screenplay, particularly this dialogue. And I will say the look of it as well really wanes. Sometimes it looks fantastic, and then we'll get this really weirdly shot scene. The CGI, sometimes the sharks look great, other times it looks straight from a sci-fi original film. So unfortunately, the film by and large for me was very inconsistent. So when it comes to dangerous animals, if you are looking for an unhinged shark-themed slasher, this is the movie directly made for you, and I think you'll have a blast with it. It's only an hour and a half, perfect time for a film like this. However, if you're just looking for a horror film in general, I think you can wait until streaming for Dangerous Animals. I do think there's some fun, particularly in some of the humorous stuff that happens, to be had with a theater full of people. However, quality-wise, I just don't know if I can justify suggesting theater level pricing for the film itself. So, that is my review for Dangerous Animals. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Did you see Dangerous Animals at the Regal Mystery Movie? Have you even heard of Dangerous Animals? Let me know all of your thoughts either in that comment section down below, or you can hit me up over on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.